Yeah, man, so I just filmed the TikTok, like, 59-second video. Shit was funny, man. It's been a while since I've done, like, theater acting. I love fucking theater acting, man. Like, that's why, like, the first, like, I'd say, like, the first 5 or 10 videos I made, they were, like, really, like, theatrical and just, like, fucking, like, what were you thinking? You know, that kind of shit. I fucking love that shit, man. I fucking eat that shit alive. Fuck. Yeah, man, this shit is dope. Yeah, man, I hope you're having a fucking good day. What? Yeah, man. I kind of feel like punching somebody. I have so much energy. You have so much. You ever have so much energy just fucking hitting somebody? God damn it! Just to get the fucking energy out of you. Fucking so goddamn hot too, man. I'm not physically hot. Like I think I'm hot. You know. I'm talking about like I'm just hot. I think I'm just so fucking hot because I got so much fucking energy. I don't claim to be manic, but right now I would fucking... God damn it. And I'm not even fucking angry at anybody. I just gotta fucking get this shit out. Okay, calm. Shh. Find your zen place. Focus on breath. Anyways. Yeah, this video is gonna be awful. I already know it. It's gonna be completely nonsensical. Fucking... God damn it. I think it's just because I fucking made like a nonsense 59 cent second. God damn it, you ever stumble on fucking words for no reason? Because you're like so manic and you're fucking talking so fast, you have fucking no idea what you're talking about. You're like, and you're like, what the fuck, I can't even say the word second? What the fuck's wrong with me, dude? So yeah, so I did like since I did like a 59-second like video on TikTok, now I'm all like fucking wired, you know, because like I had to fit it in 59 seconds and I had to just fucking, you know, whatever, and now I'm like, wow. And it's official. My friend from Pakistan, I don't want to say where she's from. Nah, fuck it. Whatever, who gives a fuck? Whatever. Fuck it. Blah. Just for all you people that follow her channel, she's MIA for the last 4 days, man. Because she got a cat. Yo, shit always fucking changes when you get a goddamn animal, man. Like, your life could be like, just like, you know, like, oh man, my life is fucking boring. And then you get a fucking like cat or a dog, and then all of a sudden it's like, bam, my life ain't boring anymore. I think this is why people get animals. I think people get like pets for 2 reasons. I think people get pets, number one, like, so like, you know, just fucking something to do, man. You know, just, you know, whatever, just to have some fucking something to fucking chill out with every day. Number 2, like, you know, sometimes you're like therapists, like, you know, your therapist will recommend it for like trauma or something like that. Or number 3, just to chill out with somebody so you don't get lonely or you feel like you have something to love or something that loves you or something like that. It's a pretty cool dynamic, man. Hell yeah, man. I want to put this fucking plant on my shoulder. Yeah, that's cool. It's like, just hang out with my plant all day. Sorry, Mickey. No, Mickey. Oh, Mickey, how the fuck do you look at a camera and do shit? Like, I don't know how to do that shit, man. It's like, you want to, like, fucking put a plant on your shoulder and look at a camera and you just fucking can't do it. It's like, I think that should be like, that. I think that's like a 6th sense, right? Like, shit, it's the wrong way. Fuck. I'm like OCD with my plant. Like, my plant always has to be in a certain direction. I'm OCD with a lot of shit. Like, when I brush my teeth, I had to stop brushing my teeth in like sinks because I'm OCD with like brushing my teeth. Like, my back started to hurt me, so I had to start brushing my teeth like standing up, walking around my room, reading quotes, or like sitting down, like brushing my teeth. And I use like a measuring cup to like spit in, because like it takes, I'm not fucking with you, man, it takes me like 8 to 10 minutes to brush my teeth, because like I'll be brushing, and then I'll be like, and then like I'll rebrush the same areas, and then I'll be like, oh shit, did I brush that area? And then I'll rebrush them again. Like it takes me honestly like sometimes like 7 to 10 minutes to brush fucking teeth, sometimes longer if I'm like, you know, not concentrating. I swear to God, man, if I ever get dementia and I'm like 75, I'll be brushing my teeth like for like 23 hours of the day. People be like, hey, why don't you sleep? I'll be like, I'm sorry, I can't. I'm brushing my teeth. Dude. Oh shit, that cloud looks fucking dope, man. Yo, I gotta show you this fucking cloud, man. Check it out, hold up. Yo, check that fucking cloud out, son. That shit is dope as fuck. You see that shit? It's like this fucking like sun coming out of this fucking cloud. That shit is just straight up fucking fresh, dude. Hell yeah, man. That's what I'm fucking talking about. Yo, man, that's why nature's the fucking shit, dude. Straight up serious, bro. Yo, what's up with my fucking hat today, man? It's way too fucking tall. It's like, I gotta squish this shit down, man. It's fucking with my shit. I don't like my hat that high. Like, speaking of OCD. You know, it's amazing, like, sometimes I'm, like, very, like, I'm smart. I don't claim to be smart, but like sometimes I'm actually on top of my game. Like I could be like, this is the way of life, blah blah blah. And then there's days like this where I'm like, look at the fucking sky. Oh, my plant. Let's put it on my shoulder. It's like, what the fuck, man? Where the fuck did this guy come from? Oh, cool birds. Oh my god, it's terrible. I just saw like 4 birds flying and I'm like, oh my god, fucking birds, as I'm talking about being, oh man, it's horrible, man. It's terrible, I tell you. It really, it's quite entertaining being a different person from day to day though, man. You never get bored. You never get bored, that's true. Yeah, man. I was talking to my buddy Dr. S yesterday, and like we were talking about like, you know, because he also has complex PTSD, uh, uh, so like we talked about a ton of shit, and we were talking about how like we both want to not be suicidally depressed anymore, you know, like, so we were like, okay, what do we got to do? And I was like, okay, number 1, stay away from alcohol. That's like the first thing. Number 1, stay away from a-holes. You know, so we don't get like trauma nightmares at night, you know, so stay away from like harmful people. And, staying away from relationships is really helpful. Like not dating people, like, hence the reason why I've like been single for 7 years, because like another person like fucks with your emotional regulations, you know, like, like if you're just you, if it's just you, right? Like, you're totally in control of who you are every day, right? It's just like, okay, now I'm kind of returning to normal, right? So like, you're in control of like who you are every day. You wake up at a certain time, you have your routine, like it's just you, and nobody's affecting your moods, nobody's affecting your emotions. Like you're always like, okay, you know, as long as I'm by myself, okay, like everything's like chill. Nobody's fucking with me. Nobody's like making me feel shitty about myself. Nobody's like, you know, causing drama in my life or being pissed off at me for no reason or making up shit in their head. So it's just like, okay, it's just me. Cool. You know, I don't have to deal with like people fucking with my emotions or people adding to like fucking like, oh my fucking god, right? So as long as you don't have as long as there's nobody around you to fuck with you or cause you to trigger, you know, cause triggers within you or like fuck you up or cause trauma within you or make you feel like hurt or alone or like nobody loves you or feeling like you're abandoned. Like this poor girl, you know, like I swear to God, like I'm like trying to get into a relationship right now, which is like, it's good, it's nice, but it's just like I have, like, well, I'm borderline, right? So I have, like, all these fucking abandonment issues and shit, right? So, like we've been talking for, like, 3 or 4 weeks now, and, like, we've been talking a lot, and we're on the phone with each other constantly, and, like, you know, we get along great, and she also has, like, BPD, right? So it's just like, okay, this is great, this could work. Like, she's got BPD, too. Like, this is awesome, let's do this shit, right? And this poor girl, man, like, she had to, like, do all this, like, serious shit because she had, like, job interviews and all this other shit. And, like, her friend was visiting from out of town and all this stuff. So she, like, dropped off the map. And, like, I didn't hear for her. Like, not even fucking joking. this is how bad like my abandonment issues are, and like my loss issues, and like my borderline personality disorder is. Like, it wasn't even like 2 days, and she like messaged me like 2 or 3 times to be like, hey, what's up, or leave me like audio clips on what's up. But it wasn't enough for me, because I was like, oh my god, like she's not into me anymore, like, and like I really liked her, and like, oh my god, like I totally lost her, and like I don't know what to do. So like it was bothering me for a while, and then I was just like, well, did I do something wrong? And then it was like, well, maybe I didn't do something wrong. And then it was just like, well, let me analyze it more. And I just like kept thinking about it. And then I was just like, well, let me just and just to let you know, this is very important. This is very important. If you ever reach a juncture in a relationship with a person that you're dating or you're trying to date, and things aren't going so hot, I learned this in relationship, a relationship expert, because I study relationships quite a bit because of my abandonment issues and my loss issues, because I'm borderline. So it's like really hard for me to enter relationships, more so than a normal person, because of the fear of being alone and the fear of abandonment, like we all have that have borderline, right? So I'm like scared shitless, So it's just like, so I had to study like relationships. I'm like a relationship expert, dude. Like I fucking studied it so goddamn much because of all the issues that we have with borderline. And and I learned from these relationship experts that the number one thing that you never do, ever do, is if you are struggling with a relationship, if you are struggling with a person, never talk about those struggles to your family, and never talk about those struggles to your friends. Okay? And that's super important. If you feel like things are going wrong, or if you feel like that person isn't loving you, or if you feel like that person is like going to abandon you, like I felt in the last 2 days, or if you feel like there's anything wrong whatsoever, you never talk to your friends or your family about that, ever. You go directly to the person that you're with, or that you're trying to date, and you talk to them openly about it, and you tell them everything. You tell them how you're feeling. You tell them what you're going through. You're telling them like how you're afraid. You tell them everything, and you communicate with each other, and you resolve the problem that way, or they walk away and they end the relationship, or you walk away and you end the relationship and you just end up breaking up, or you resolve it. You resolve the problem or the issue, and you grow as a couple, and you get stronger, and you love each other even more because you have the hard conversation to solve the problem. And that's how you have a healthy relationship. Now, if you were, say, like for me, let's call her like the girl. Let's call her Dr. A, right? Just make up a fake name, right? So Dr. A, say for the past like 2 days, I felt like really alone, and I felt like she was abandoning me and she wasn't into me anymore. Now, if I were to feel those feelings of like, oh my god, like she's like not into me anymore, like she doesn't like me anymore, like she's gonna abandon me, and like oh my god, like and I went to like my family or my friends, and I was just like, yeah, I was into this girl, but like all of a sudden she's not like writing me, and like I'm getting like, mixed messages, and like, and her name, and they'd be like, oh, is that the girl Dr. A you were telling us about? I was like, yeah, it was Dr. A, and like, I don't really know about her character anymore, and like who she is, and I don't know if she loves me or not, Okay, if you say that to your friends, or if you say that to your family, or if you tell them anything about any problems that you and Dr. A or whoever you're dating are having, immediately they'll look at Dr. A or whoever you're dating in like a darker light, like this person's not good for my son, or this person's not good for my brother, or this person's not good for my sister, or this person's not good for my best friend, and they're not worthy to have my best friend. So you've implemented that negativity of who Dr. A was or is in your family's mind, even though it might not have been true, because you might have been in a delusional state. Like in the last 2 days when I was making all this shit up, like I was kind of in a delusional state because I was like so worried and fearful that it wasn't going to work out, that like my state was extremely delusional. Like it was like I wasn't thinking properly, and I knew it. Like I even woke up yesterday morning and I was like, you're not thinking properly. Like you're totally delusional. Like you're not right now. And so like, but instead of going to my friends or my family and telling them about Dr. A, I went and I left Dr. A like a 12-minute message on WhatsApp. And I explained everything to her. And it only took me 12 minutes, and I talked about how I was feeling, what happened, what I was going through, what I was scared of, and like how we could resolve it maybe, and like all this other stuff. And she got to me this morning. She got back to me this morning, finally, when like all this, everything became less complex in our life. And we talked this morning for like 56 minutes. It's 7:42 right now. We talked around like 5 a.m. And we talked for like an hour. We talked for 56 minutes, and now we're good. And like my family and my friends, they don't know if anything happened between me and Dr. A. So now when they meet Dr. A, or when they hang out with Dr. A, like they'll be like, oh, Dr. A is great for my son. Or, oh, Dr. A is great for my brother. Or, oh, Dr. A is great for my best friend. Like she's great, right? Because like like you're going to make the relationship worse if your family or your friends don't like the person you're dating, or if they don't like your husband, or if they don't like your wife. Your life becomes much more complicated if your best friends or your family are against the person you're dating or the person that you're married to. Much more difficult for you, because then all you can be doing is like, oh, I know he was like bad a week ago, but like he's changed and we worked things out, and now I love him again. And your family's gonna be like, no, he's wrong for you, I don't even want to see him. And they're like, no, please accept him, I really love him. And they're like, no, he's bad for you, I don't even want him in my house. And you're like, no, I swear to God, he's changed. And you know what, that happens. And at that point, it's going to cause such a rift between you and your family, or the person that you're dating and the person that you're married to and your family, that like the shit is just going to fucking like, it's just going to get fucking worse and worse and worse and worse, where you're either going to have to either break up with the person you're with because it's just going to be too much shit to deal with, or you're going to have to just stay away from your family because there's too much drama. Whenever you talk about someone you're dating or somebody that you're married to, instead of like talking to the person that you're dating or you're married to and having the hard conversations and talking things through, if you're too afraid to do that with that person, and you gravitate instead and talk about that person that you're with to your family or your friends, like you're entering a chaotic zone, a drama zone, and it only ends badly. So the best way to handle being with somebody is only go directly to that person that you're with, that's your lover, and talk to them about that lover, and talk to them about your situation. And that way everybody in your inner circle, your family and your friends, has nothing against that person. There's no judgment or bad feelings about that person. And that is how you keep a solid and healthy relationship, not only with your lover and your partner, but also with your friends and your family. And that is also how you keep your friends and your family being cool with the person you're with. Relationship expert. What? There's a reason why like all my friends come to me for relationship advice. What? That's like an Egyptian shit right there. Yeah, no, I'm not fucking with you, man. That's true. Before I filmed this video, I was dancing around my room to the song I Know Places by T Swift, my spirit animal. T Swift has borderline personality disorder. I know she does. T Swift, if you're listening to this right now, you're cool. You might be like one of my, 20-something followers that watch my videos. You probably are. You're just afraid to admit it. One day you reach out to me and you'd be like, you get me. That's right, T Swift, I do. So, yeah, man, fuck it. That's some good ass fucking relationship advice right there. So, so everything between me and Dr. A right now, it's hunky dory. And the reason why it's hunky dory is because I decided to step up and have the hard conversations and be vulnerable and tell Dr. A how I truly felt. But you got to have the hard conversations and you got to be vulnerable with your partner, because if you're not, your relationship's not going to grow. It's just going to get worse. Because if they keep doing things and you're unsure and you think that they're going to leave you or they're doing things that you don't like, and like you internalize it and you're too afraid to speak up because you're afraid to hear the worst words in the world, which is, I don't think I love you anymore. Or I don't think I want to be with you anymore. Oh, man. When you really like somebody, like those words are so fearful. Or like, I think I'm like falling in love with somebody else. Or like I'm, I kind of want to be with like somebody else. Like, we're so afraid to hear those words or those things that we would rather not talk to our lover or our partner. We would rather not talk to them because we're so afraid of losing them if we really, really like them. And that's a tremendous problem. It's a tremendous problem. So we just, we don't want to hear those bad things. So we just like internalize and we just like, okay, no, it's just safe not talking. It's just safe not speaking up. Because you're afraid to lose that person. And that's when you talk to your friends and your family. When you're in that fear state of losing that person. And that's when your friends and family start to dislike him or her. So you have to be brave and courageous and vulnerable and have the hard conversations like I did this morning with Dr. A. And once you have those hard conversations, a lot of times you realize that they're feeling the same thing, or maybe they're just a complete fucking asshole and you should leave him or her. Or maybe, you were just making shit up in your head. Because a lot of people with borderline personality disorder, a lot of times we're kind of fucking delusional. And we like make up this shit in our head that's like ruminating cycles. That's not even about that person at all. It's about like our father or our mother, or how we were treated in childhood, or our trauma from childhood. It's not even about the person we're with now, a lot of the times. So, having the hard conversations, like Dr. A this morning was like, dude, a lot of the stuff that you said, like that I'm doing a ton of shit, like I still really, like, want to hang out with you and do shit with you, like, so it's just like, God fucking damn it, man. When you're like borderline, like us, that's why relationships are really difficult, and that's why, it takes constant work. Like Dr. A, she's got borderline too. So like, we talk constantly, like, if we are going to do this, we constantly have to work on healing and healing together. Because if we don't, like, it's just gonna fucking end in ferocious fucking battle tiger fights. So, yeah, man, I mean, healing. And healing with the person that you're with. And having conversations with that person, talking about how you're feeling, what you're going through, being vulnerable. If you want to know how to be more vulnerable, check out Dr. Brene Brown. I'll leave her name in the comments below. Dr. Brene Brown changed my life. Before I got into Dr. Brene Brown, I had no real friends. None. Because I was afraid to just open up to people and talk to them about things. I was afraid to be vulnerable. I was afraid to actually allow people to see who I really was. Because I thought people were going to reject me. So it's just like, my whole life was just about like having like, just like surface relationships with people. Like none of the relationships I had with anybody were real. Like none of them. They were like just all fake. And like they were all just buddies. I had like so many buddies, like so many friends, but I had no good friends. And I had no good friends that were really there for me. And I never had any real relationships. All like the relationships, all the girlfriends I dated, it was just bullshit. And I knew it was bullshit. And I had to lie about myself. Nobody, like I dated so many people, none of them knew who I was. None of them. None of them. Because we have to lie about who we really are. It's fucking awful, man. It's terrible. Ugh. Unless you date somebody that's batshit crazy as you, that will accept you for yourself. Like Dr. A. She'll accept me for who I am. There's this other girl trying to pursue me right now. She's like picture perfect, like, you know, upper middle class, perfect family, you know, all this bullshit, you know. And it's like, if she really knew who I really was, like, she would not pursue me. She'd be like, this guy's a fucking maniac. There ain't no fucking way. And I would have to fucking be fake. Like I was fake for all my fucking relationships. Because people just fucking don't accept us. They're like, yeah. So, if you're gonna date anybody, date somebody as crazy a motherfucker as you. Peace, yo. Have a good day, everybody. Love you, and I hope you're having fun, man, for sure. Peace. Later.